Hello, gentle viewers. This is Indian, welcoming you to a new episode of Victoria 2. So this episode will probably unlock Great Wars. And we're not really prepared for a big war against a really strong enemy. We just aren't. And I think that's going to mean that we're going to have to spend at least part of this episode fleshing out the armies we do have, rather than building more. It's not about how many armies you have, it's about how well constructed they are. You can defeat larger armies. Oh, we also need to change the clergyman in here. What was I trying to say? It's not about how big your army is all the time. It's often about how powerful your armies are, which means making the most use of the game's mechanics. We're just going to keep pumping clergymen. Until you get to 100% literacy, there's literally no reason not to keep just cranking out clergymen. They're so useful. I could make a comment, but I won't. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and turn off the rally point here, and we're going to look through each one of our armies and see what we can do to make it a little bit stronger. This needs more cavalry, and it needs more infantry too. Alright, so what's our combat width? It's still 25, which means we can have 25 units in any one row, which means we can have some pretty gigantic armies. So 25 times 3 is 75,000. We can have 75,000 men in one army. This one's almost got 75. But don't forget, that's per row. You actually have an army of 150,000 in one stack, which we can't anywhere near handle. This organic boost from the supply limit will really help with that. We also need to build forts, because forts also boost your supply level. I think maybe they don't, actually. I always thought they did. I'm thinking of EU4. So I think what we want is we definitely want engineers for siege efficiency. That's a given. But I also want to make the army itself a little bit tougher. And dragoons... Oh, dragoons offer reconnaissance, don't they? They're not as good as hussars. But speed's not as at a premium with this army. Because it's regular army. Excuse me. So I say we get 2 more infantry. That'll give us 10 up front. And 2 more infantry, 1 more cavalry. And then 3 engineers. I think that's a good choice. Alright. So we want 2 infantry, 1 dragoon. Once you've unlocked the better forms of cavalry, there is literally no reason to ever go back to original cavalry. They just don't serve a purpose at that point. A dragoon and 3 engineers. There we go. That'll make this a much stronger and better army. And I am expanding the forts there too. Good. 54. This just got a higher base. Okay. Let's expand. Let's zip along. Okay, Austria's joining on the side of the Russian Empire. Have the British joined? They have, and so have we. So Russia's actually added a war goal, which should mean that Scandinavia will almost certainly go to the Ottomans. Yeah. Baden. It's been a long time since I've actually been able to influence them very much. Is France giving up on it? I wish you could see if the other countries were influencing something, but I kind of get why you can't. We'll just watch this for a minute. No, France has not given up. They're going to fight. I think the problem is that a lot of people are interested in Baden. Well, nice, a boost to organization. That's always appreciated. We're starting to hemorrhage money a bit, but that's because we're spending a lot of money on forts, and it costs money to buy this stuff. Okay. The Scandinavians must have joined, and so the Russians back down. Yep, there goes France fighting us in Baden. We will not give up on Baden. We need it to form Germany. There's no reason not to fight for it. We will smack down Austria, though. Like, Austria... Oh, France is cordial. No, 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 no. Screw you, France. Go away. What do we have here? Crisis averted. Scandinavia is afraid of the Russian Empire. Interesting. Expedition. So one of the better mods for the game, I don't remember if it's the Pop Demand mod or the New Nations mod, it increases the cost because £2,000 in 1869 for any decent nation is such a tiny amount, there's literally no reason not to do it. Okay, we're actually hurting a bit for our money. This might be a time to focus more on economics. I do want to improve artillery, but I think that has to wait. Cheap steel's good. Cheaper factories is always good. Although electric machinery actually makes them more expensive. Much better throughput for certain things. But I think we're going to go with boring old... anything that might increase tax efficiency. Here we go. A boost admin efficiency won't help us as much. We're actually suffering from bureaucrat bloat, which every great power deals with. There's not much you can do about it. Right, what's happening? What is sucking all of our money dry? It's our stockpile. Ah, this is the units that we're spending on. We're having to pay a lot of money for canned food and for ammunition. Are we not making those? Alright, we might need to get in here and actually fix this economy. Because they keep letting steel factories go bankrupt. I don't care what the people want. You know what? You might get pissy with me for this. This is what we have it for. We need state capitalism. You could go full planned economy. But planned economy is terrible. Yes, it's a good savings on factory costs, but we're the only person that can build them. So the cheapest factories you can possibly get are under planned economy. Then conversely, it's laissez-faire, because the others are more expensive. We're going to go ahead and switch to the reactionaries, and you notice the people get pissy. I don't care. We need to fix this problem. Open all the factories. Subsidize all the factories. We can't keep having unemployment. And in addition, we really need more canned food. So we'll expand there. We have one canned food factory in all of Germany. That can't be right. That might be right, actually. Do we literally have one canned food factory? This is much easier. Deselect all. Canned food. No, we have two factories, both of which are filled to the brim. So let's find somewhere we could build another one. You can build canned food with cattle. Here we go. This would be a good place to build one, actually. Canned food factory. Get it done. Why are you saying I can't build a liquor distillery? Oh, there already is one. Okay. Yes, canned food. In Berlin. Brilliant decision. Yeah, we desperately need that. Because it's one of the reasons... So if we take a look at the budget, we're spending a lot of money on canned food, which means we're not making our own. That's problematic. We also need artillery. That's going to be Saxony. Almost certainly. Because Saxony is just a naturally good place. Wait, was it Saxony or Schlesien that had both iron and coal? There's coal. There's iron. Oh, yeah, it was Saxony. Okay. So I see the capitalist AI decided to focus on things that make it money, not things that we need. Let's go ahead and build artillery here. And we'll build an ammunition factory here too. It will take a while to build both of these, but this still has a very important purpose. I will actually unsubsidize the fabric fact. Actually, I might just shut it down. Yeah, I don't want people working in the fabric factory. It's actually kind of a shitty place to put one anyway. Because there's no cotton and there's no dye. So we're going to shut it down, and then we're actually going to wipe it out so we have the slot for later. This would also be a good place to build small arms. In fact, I think we'll do that now. I think we'll go and order a small arms factory. This is going to be our military center. Saxony just makes... It's too good. It makes too much sense to build as much as we can here. We don't have fertilizer there, so artillery won't get the max benefit. And I literally want... Okay, good. Everyone is building railroads. That is what railroads are for, to be built. France ate Sind. I can't say that's a big surprise. Good. That's always handy. Alright, our income's starting to level off, which is good. Although we're probably paying... Yeah, we're paying quite a bit in subsidies to keep these steel factories going. And that's because we don't have the full supply chain. You can't just make steel, because not that many people want steel early on in the game. Steel is something you invest in for your future, because once Japan and China westernize, especially China, how close is China to westernizing? Oh, we can't tell. Oh, here we can, yeah, Chinese Empire. It just says uncivilized. It doesn't actually tell us how much that's disappointing. No one's trying to sphere China? Oh, that's right. So basically, in an earlier version of Victoria 2, the problem was China got sphered, and it broke the game. Because they would basically... The way the economy system works in the game, they would just eat an entire... They would just dominate the world market, and no other great power could get it. So they changed the way the game works to make sure the Chinese Empire basically can't be sphered by anyone until it unites. Don't you want to be my friend? Ah, you have too many friends, okay. But China and especially Japan. See, Japan doesn't even say partially westernized. Oh, it has westernized already. Okay, yeah, China basically makes steel profitable, but you're not really getting steel in the early game to make a lot of money. So in the very, very, very early game, like the first 15 years of the game, steel's quite profitable. But once the US start getting started, the market gets flooded with steel, and you can't make very much money on it anymore. So look at the price of steel. It's in high demand, but you notice the supply is almost meeting the demand. It's almost the same. And the price itself is fluctuating. And you'll notice, in a very broad sense, the price of steel is going down. And this tells you what people are actually using the steel for. So this is where we're... Oh, this is so cool. This talks about our production. So we're using... Most of the steel we're using is going to factories. So right now we're making a lot, but we're not using it. Automobiles are a big driver of steel. And it's another great reason. Now that we're not... Ooh, tax efficiency. Great. Now that we're not liberal, let's go and bump up taxes a tiny bit. I think 5% on the poor. Again, we're capitalists, so fuck the poor. And I'm actually going to cut down military spending just a skosh. Because right now we actually have more pops interested in fighting than we actually want to spend time building. Perfect. This is a much stronger army now. Let's go to one of these really small armies. What do you need? 2 dragoons, 2 infantry, Yeah. It helps. One thing I wish a Victoria 2 had, and because it's a northern game, it doesn't really have it, is templates. I can't say I want every army and I want every one of my armies to look like this. You can do that, it just requires a lot more work. Alright. I really don't like this Cuirassier army. This is a weird specialization that our guards actually already beat. So I would put Cuirassier in a guards army like this one. But this is just, it's dumb. It's dumb to have a pure cavalry army that's Cuirassiers. We're going to disband this army. It just doesn't make sense right now. And that way that gives us more brigades. Let's go ahead and build in Bromberg our ideal army. This is going to be the home to the army that everyone wants us to be. Alright. So we're going to start with the basics. We need 10 brigades of infantry. 10 brigades? It's still at 25, and the combat width won't drop a lot more for another few years. No, let's do 8 and then our 2 brigades of hussars. Yeah. An army of all hussars is really handy because it'll take territory very, very quickly. Actually, no, we need 4. Yeah, because that's right. Hussars are effective from the back rank, too. Because of their high movement. So this is going to be that, and then we'll put in a couple of engineers. We'll build the artillery later, don't worry. So this is the new model army. You'll notice, by the way, that because we don't have canned food, it's taking us even longer to build stuff. This is why canned food is... Again, canned food is another good that's not profitable, so laissez-faire won't build it. Ooh, a Sepoy rebellion. That's going to screw over the Brits. Is it literally already dead? Did they already kill it? They already killed it. India, by the way, is why I don't find playing the British Empire very fun. Because they've got such a ridiculous number of pops because of the way the game works. Because it doesn't distinguish Indian pops from British pops, right? So they just get stupidly huge numbers of pops, and they can have the biggest army in the game. Even bigger, well, not as big as China, but they can have an army that's pretty close to the size of China's. Stock exchange. Excellent. Gießen will get a production boost to RGOs. What's its RGO, though? It's probably something boring like timber that doesn't help. It is... Gießen. What do you make, Gießen? Also, I really wish it would zoom in. Here it is. It makes cows. Yeah, we really need to get crime under control, which means... Here's our problem. To eliminate crime, we need to increase the number of bureaucrats we have. But if we increase the number of bureaucrats that we have, we suffer even more from... If we increase their budget so we get more bureaucrats, we get like 10% bureaucrats. And you'll notice how big their salaries already are. So part of what these guys are doing is they're enforcing our social reforms. Okay, the rich are way too good off. That means they can suffer an increase in taxes. 60%. There we go. But the way crime fighting works, so... Here we go. Oh, they're actually pretty good at it. Yeah, if we spend more on the administration, we could basically end crime. But the question remains, is it worth it? What we might want to do is start... Yeah, see, like, there's a mafia here. It's at 79%, so I find it weird that this particular province is dealing with this problem. If you dig into the game styles, you're going to find out why certain ones pop up certain places. Yeah, like Rotten Burrows. Wait, is everybody literally 79%? Oh, yeah, it really does depend heavily on this, doesn't it? Is it worth the giant bureaucrat bloat we'll get? Just because there's some crime in our provinces? I don't think it is. Yeah, every single thing right now that we're subsidizing is a steel factory. That'll change once these other industries start to come online. Good, steamer shipyard. We need those, definitely. Alright, is anybody unemployed? No. Good. Can we find out why our steel factories are losing money? Is it just literally that the global price is just shit? Yeah, we're making a bunch of steel and it's just not selling. So we need to create demand for steel. And so this tells you how much money it's going to cost you. And then... let's take a look at the trade screen again. Are we making enough iron and coal for what we want? We are not. So we're actually a bit short on iron. That's problematic. This is, I think, the other reason why we're losing money. Because we're having to import iron. One thing we could do to help our steel factory is actually to do a negative tariff. Where they basically save money if they buy from outside. Because let's look at the world market in iron. Yeah, the problem is supply is only barely outstripping demand. Iron is the real shortfall. So what we could start doing is we could start building up the Navy and then start exploring the parts of the world that aren't civilized and see if we can't murder them and take their stuff. I know that sounds awful, but I mean, it's colonizing, yo. That's what we do. Brunei, by the way, is an amazing country to take over if you can pull it off. Because Brunei gives you access to the interior of Borneo, which generally has things like tropical wood and oil. And they make coffee. Is it worth expanding our navy? Like, it wouldn't take us much to beat Brunei, right? I think we do it. So, let's look at our fleet. How many people can we actually transport? We can transport... So each unit can transport one brigade. We wouldn't need a very big army to do it, honestly. Like, a well-balanced army like this should make mincemeat out of them. And we've got a good attacking guy. I'm going to call you Expeditionary Force. We're going to go colonizing. Brunei would be... I want Brunei more because we can get into Borneo that way. It might mean fighting colonial wars with the Dutch, which I genuinely don't care about. Now, these pops actually won't reinforce, so later on we'll have to make some choices about how to rebuild this army. Because we won't take no casualties, we'll just take very low casualties. This should be more than sufficient. And we have 12, so we need... You know, build me 12 steam transport, or build me 7, I guess. Build me 14, there we go. Let's just crank up some steam transports. It'll only take about 2 or 3 months to build. And let's go and start justifying against Brunei. Now, this is actually going to be tough for us just because of how far we're going to have to go. They're not in anyone's sphere. They don't have any allies. Yeah, let's justify war. So, established protectorate is the way that a civilized nation takes over an uncivilized nation. It's much cheaper than doing other things. We're just going to go ahead and proceed. We're going to conquer the shit out of Brunei. I feel really strongly that this is a good decision. Yeah, sure. We'll make Burma can hate us, I guess. Plus, it'll also give us a base for which we can expand in Southeast Asia if we want to. So we can bust unions, which will make socialists imposing a lot angrier. And we really don't want liberals to keep winning elections until our economy is a little bit better off. So I think we're going to go ahead and piss off the rich. Oh, we got caught already. Damn. The Brunei Menace. Action and reaction. Oh, we want a lot more reactionaries. Yeah, 10 reactionary. This should help block some reforms. And it should help us keep us from losing. Yes, admin efficiency. Lovely. We're really far behind on Navy techs. But we can get machine guns. And machine guns are so good. So, do it. Just do it. Yeah, we unlocked other stuff like social science, which is pretty cool. We're going to need organic... we're definitely going to need organic chemistry to make fuel. But for fuel, we need oil, which is the other reason we're coming after Brunei. Good. Now, how long do we have the war goal for? So you click on wars. Here's our war goal. It'll expire in July of next year. By then, we should have enough transports to transport everything. No! We are not getting humiliated on the UK. I'm not pissing off our only ally. Nah, we're only cordial in Baden. And now we've been banned. Okay. Come on. Netherlands. Huh, I thought we'd abandon the Netherlands. Oh, maybe we'll start getting involved in it again. I would like to be friendly with the Netherlands, because this means we can intervene in their wars. If we are so inclined. Alright, transports are done. Our fleet is done. Let's get the expeditionary force up there. And then we can load the unit. Now our biggest problem is going to be maintenance, because we don't have a friendly port here. We have the British. Hi, British. Can we have military access? Excellent. Alright, so let's go ahead and grab our fleet, and we're going to sail to Singapore. Once we get to Singapore, we'll declare war. There we go. Or not Singapore, Malacca. Because for some reason, the British haven't built a naval base in Singapore. What else happened? Did we unlock... Ooh, some tax efficiency boosts. Nice. Chartists rallies. So that'll make people more liberal. And again, we're already kind of liberal, but this will make Alderaan and Magdeburg angry. I think that's a better use of our time. We really need to start improving our naval infrastructure. We found the source of the Nile. 110 prestige. What, we're still only 4th in prestige? Are like the other great powers just prestige farming? I think the USA gets a bunch once they win the Civil War. Yep, there's Germany, there's France, and then there's the UK. There's definitely an upper class and a lower class. For sure. Wine production and production of steamer convoys. Russia is now getting friendly with France. Maybe it's... Okay, so right now you notice this is red, right? We're actually suffering attrition based on our time at sea and the fact we don't have any ports. It sucks, but it's, you know, it's what we're dealing with here. We're going to go ahead and invest a little bit more. I don't want everyone to get to 100% right now, though, because I think it would be too much money. Oh, yeah. Notice how much it plummets. Yeah, we genuinely have no need to really invest heavily in our army. That's another thing Victoria 2 could really use, though. It could use a way to say, I want this army to be fully funded, but this army I don't care so much about. We'll go and fully fund our fleet, though. That way they can make repairs. And we can get our... Now, when you declare war, it automatically puts you up to maximum supply for everything. Okay, we've got elections starting. I'm not going to fund Moltke's reforms on an uncivilized nation. Spain went bankrupt. Alright. Now, here's the downside. We will not... Okay, we want people to vote for moralism. Will we repair in a friendly port? Yes, we will. Okay, perfect. So we're going to make repairs in Malacca. Malacca? Malacca? I don't know. Oh, wow, we can just add the Netherlands straight away. I think everyone's been so focused on dicking over everyone else that, yeah. We want residency. I at least want interventionism in. Nitroglycerin, machine guns. Oh, we're getting the good stuff, guys. Culture is super tempting right now. Grabbing social science now. We could also grab organic chemistry, and we really need to start making fuel as soon as we can. There we go. Alright. We definitely don't want anti-military. Is the fleet repaired? It is. Jump on board, lads. Let's declare war. What the... Oh my god, my freaking thing expired. I wasn't paying close enough attention. Now I gotta do it again. We're getting a lot of infamy by doing this. This is entirely my fault. I was not paying close enough attention. I should have actually sent the soldiers before we started justifying. And we got caught again super early. Okay, the Liberal Democrats won. Are they laissez-faire? They are. Shit. Watch as our steel factories all shut down because of capitalists. Like, they don't make money. It doesn't matter that they don't make money, bro. It doesn't matter. Damn it. Good. Minimum life rating drops down. We're also going to need mission to civilize. We're going to need to focus on that as quickly as we can. Reduced militancy would be great right now. French has added Macron, which I think is another Indian state. I'm going to pull them out, and I'm going to tell you why we need a... we're going to need this focus, and I'll explain why in just a minute. Once we're done going to war. I think we're going to beeline, after we get organic chemistry, we're going to beeline for... Yeah, let's make the rich angry. There we go. Alright, going to war. Notice if we lose somehow, we're in a lot of trouble. We're not calling in allies. There's no point. We declare war on Brunei. Alright, so we go off the coast of Sarawak. And we tell the army to go ahead and make landing. And we're just going to go straight and crush their tiny little army. It's going to be adorable. Grievous insults? Sure, we'll make Sokoto hate us. And, yeah, we lost our sphere again. That's fine. Glorious victory? We got a tiny bit of prestige, but to be honest, that's not really why we're here. Ooh, Japan's begun colonizing. That's problematic. When can we start colonizing? Oh, the Dutch have started colonizing here too. Shit. Have the Dutch seriously already started colonizing the entire area? Damn it. Uh-oh. Alright. Panic a little bit. I think they panicked. Here's why. I think they broke the alliance because you're only allowed to have one alliance with a great power. And we have an alliance with Scandinavia because we had one with Sweden. Yeah, I think that's why they ended the alliance. Just don't ally with France, please. Would Russia take an alliance? Yep, too many alliances. It'll change almost instantly once they unlock Great Wars, which should be coming any day now. Bintulu. Nice. Yes, we'll spend 24,000 a pittance. Modena broke their alliance. This is also because of our high infamy. Infamy makes other people skeptical of you. And we are kind of being bullies right now. Portugal. Yep, we're going to lose a lot of friends. Because we're being so aggressive. When we drop below 10 in 10 infamy, it should change. So we take a quick peek at, let's say, like Portugal. Let's see, Europe. Portugal. If we look at our relations, they look pretty good. But if we look at foreign alliance... Oh, they got sphered by the British. Oh, that's why they broke the alliance. That's probably what happened with Modena, too. Okay. Krakow is scared of us. They should be. Damn it. Freaking Dutch. Yeah, we were too late on this. We're still going to get this part, which isn't terrible. We've now won the war, so we'll go ahead and propose peace, and that peace is you die. Annex Brunei. And now it's a lovely shade of green German. Now, it's technically a colonial province. We need bureaucrats, and this is what the national focus is for. We're going to go ahead and build a naval base in Brunei. And I think we'll build up some forts, too. I bet all of my steel factories are closed. And only 2 of them. Organic chemistry is finished. I don't see the need to rush for state and government now. Extra national focus is always tempting. But these all also come with significant downsides. Which makes the political thought tax a mixed bag. Let's keep focusing on army tax. When are we going to get the cool machine gun invention? If we're war with someone who has machine guns, we can unlock it more quickly. But we still have a 5% chance to do it, so... Always want tactics, and it increases speed, and it's a huge boost to morale. Army risk management is a brilliant decision. That really kind of disappoints me. This makes me sad. So these brigades won't normally reinforce, because the pops are too small. Alright, and we're just going to leave this army here, and we're going to go ahead and send the navy back. After this base is built, we can repair it. Factory throughput, lovely. Here's what's really going to happen, is we're going to get screwed out of Africa. Yeah, because everyone else is going to start colonizing. And we're not going to have an easy time of winning any kind of colonial war, because we don't have very big naval bases. This is why real-life Germany declared war to get their colonies. And that might be what we have to do at some point. Boost our production, which is wonderful, except we don't produce any rubber. Is there any other thing here that's actually, like, desirable that hasn't already been claimed? Probably not. Like, Siam is feared. If we fight Cochin China, we end up fighting the Chinese Empire, which is not a war we can win right now. Although, because of the way the game's mechanics work, and the fact China's probably only got irregulars, we might be able to win that, but I don't feel like trying to fight them. It would be a pain in the ass. We got machine gun armament. Yes. This is so good. And this is what effectively says anything that isn't regular infantry no longer matters. Because you get this gigantic boost to defense. That there's just no way anything else can keep up with. It just doesn't happen. I'm really excited that we got this. And yeah, it makes irregulars become not a thing anymore. Cavalry gets phased out. Cuirassiers get phased out. Because as the game progresses, defense becomes more and more important. Great War still haven't unlocked, huh? Weird. What do you think you're doing, France? This is my Belgium, not yours, mine. I would like to decrease your opinion of France. Is our naval base done yet? It's probably still got a long time to build, yeah. Oh, we'll get a little note, a pop-up right up here when we reach a big enough percentage point. But hey, we got a colony, so we're like a real-life great power here. Now this is interesting. This is very interesting. So the place in the sun, casus belli, only applies to France, or to colonial states. And I would like to take a French colony, but I really want French territory proper. And I just don't think we can beat France without another great power. So I'm going to go ahead and say it's not worth it. Carbon soil enrichment, make more from farming. A crisis! Oh, whoa, 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 okay. What sort of crisis is this? Poland! Oh, if we get Poland, that's going to cripple Russia. I will not hesitate to support Britain in this. But France is going to support Russia. Austria is not convinced. Oh, the Ottomans became a great power again. Okay. We're gonna support the British right away. It won't, like, so Russia would be in really bad shape, but they won't be, like, crippled if they lose Poland. But I would like Russia to be a little bit less scary right now. Living wage. We can build support for reforms. We can laugh in their faces, or we can just push forward with reform. Minimum wage. A lot of the social tax, the way the game works, are only good for making people less angry, but they actually hurt you. So this basically means that a lot of factories will start going bankrupt if this doesn't happen, and we don't want that. So we're going to go and just say, haha, no. We don't want a minimum wage right now. We could build dye factories. That's pretty cool. Baden. What can we do in Baden? We can make them friendly. We might have ourselves a good old-fashioned Great War. Shit. Oh, come on, Scandinavia. Join the UK. This might be a war. It's getting hotter and hotter. And here's the biggest problem. You know who's going to get screwed if this goes to a proper war? It's not going to be Britain. It's going to be me. Because I'm right next door to Russia and France. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. We need to start building an army, like, as quickly as we possibly can. You need artillery, and you need... So give me 6 brigades of artillery. Sorry. So there's 10 frontline units. 10 frontline units. I gotta do the math. Sorry, guys. 10 frontline units. That means I need 10 in back. I've already got 2, 2. How many brigades of engineers do I need? Based on the frontline units. I need 2. Oh, we've already got max EP. Yeah, let's just go ahead and fill out the rest with artillery. Oh, we'll do 7 artillery and 1 engineer. Engineer. And then let's get that artillery. There we go. That'll be a good army. Yeah, we're going to take every army attack we can possibly get our hands on. Let's make our artillery better, please and thank you. We could be in a lot of trouble right now. I am panicking. Because here's the thing. The British aren't going to back down. And I don't think Scandinavia will be enough to get Russia to back down. Good, we can build fuel now. Which doesn't matter. Up here we go. Alright, we've got a lot of militancy. It wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to actually go ahead and push and give into a reform right now. Who's the angriest right now? The people who want common schools. I want better schools too, but... You want wealth voting, which I think lets the poor people vote. That's fine. It'll actually make... Yeah, let's do it. Because the poor people tend to be more conservative. This should hopefully force out some of the socialists. Yeah, brilliant. It's getting hot, guys. Boost to morale. Sure, you can feed the local poor. That matters right now. Oh god, they're not gonna back down. Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, we got a Great War. It's not a Great War because it hasn't been unlocked yet. Oh, snap. And Austria. Has anyone started mobilizing yet? Oh, guys, this is bad. We are not remotely ready for this. Oh, shit. And you can't do separate peace in a crisis war. Oh, my. Oh, I don't think you can have war goals either. Oh, you can. Oh, God. I should have known better than this. We should never have gotten involved. Oh, damn. Austria's rebuilt itself into quite a military. They're actually stronger than we are. By a lot. Uh-oh. How much time is left in the episode? Can I have like a week to think? No, there's 10 minutes left. Oh shit. This is bad. Now the good news is, first of all, we gotta increase our military budget. It's just not an option at this point to not do it. Yeah, I don't know what we're going to be able to accomplish here. So the good thing about Victoria 2 is the way the system works, we're not going to get wiped out. Because of the way war goals work. We won't ever get wiped out. But we do have a very angry Austria that's right on our border. Alright, so what we need to do is we need to start winning battles. Like, as many battles as we possibly can. Is there still a strait between Britain and the UK? I don't remember if there is or not. There used to be. Where does it show straits? Like, okay, there is one here. Does it not show straits anymore? That's weird. I mean, yeah, we got Scandinavia. Big fucking whoop. Alright. We're going to slow down to 2 times speed. Because we need to just start making money right now. Okay. Let's take our bigger army and go attack. How good is this army at attack? It's actually really good at defense. Shit. You're good at defense. Yeah, move up to the fort, please. And then we're going to move you forward. We're going to get invaded by so many people. Shit, everyone's mobilizing, which means we gotta mobilize too. Oh, this is bad. This is super bad. Are we at least better than them in tech? They only have 11 army tax. What about France? France is 12. Austria is 12. We, I think, have 15. We have 16. Yeah, we need to spend everything we possibly can to improve this army. That's our only hope. Move in here and crush this army. We should have no issues with that. We need to basically get entrenched, fight defensively. And then we need to mobilize. And we'll mobilize in Berlin. Yeah, we have to mobilize. If everyone else is mobilizing, we do too. Now, the good news is this should ramp up dramatically Britain's ability to fight. How many brigades does Britain have? 188. And this is... Oh, wow, they have ignored their army tech. That's not great. Alright, so we're fighting a battle here, and let me show you some of the big changes here. Oh, it doesn't actually show. We got some damn good dice rolls. Yeah, they're about to break. Because these are guards, and they just have... They have engineers in the front line. That's how you know they're doomed. And there we go. We just wiped out the army. Easily. This is the effect superior tech can have. I mean, it's almost not fair that we're both bigger than they are, and we have more unit. And we have better stuff. Okay, here comes France. We're gonna move up. Because if I can dig in here... Alright, you know what? We gotta fire it. Von Moltke's reforms. Do it. It's too good a choice to not do it. I do want to support the Krupp family. It's really good. Because it gives us a unique school that no one else can have that gives us amazing boost to everything but Navy. Alright. I bet we're doing pretty good here too. Yeah, he's good at attack, but we're attacking him. We've got artillery in the front row. That's not great. We're still building up tremendous war score though, and we're inflicting a lot of punishment. Alright. As soon as this battle's over, we're going to drive on Austria. We've got to take advantage of the fact we've got much better attacking units than they do. We lost Saarbrücken. I don't care. Let's see. Who would get here first? We'd get there at the same time. I'm actually good at both attack and defense. What do I know about you? We don't know anything. Oh, they're scared. I'm gonna attack. Now, this could be a problem if this army joins in. This army is gonna be... This is a much more evenly matched fight. How's the rest of our fronts doing? Russia's going to have a lot of troops, but they're not going to be very good. Let's go ahead and move you up. This Austrian army's about to go. There we go. Nice. Alright, what we're going to do now is we're going to retreat a bit, and we're just going to build up our strength. Like Gniezno, maybe. We lost Gumbinnen, I don't care. We're winning this war, actually, by a pretty significant amount. Because I keep beating up the weaker armies, but this won't last forever. We need British support. Oh, yep, the British just got in. Oh, yes. Take Paris. Make the French pay. Another big victory. This is even without us fighting really on the defensive, which is our big advantage right now. Alright, here comes some more irregulars. Let's move you up so you can be useful. I'm going to move up and have you take out this tiny Austrian army. Are we just trying to build up org? Yeah, we are. It'll take a bit, but, you know. The best part is we're actually making a profit during this war. That's awesome. Now, if we really want to make an impact, we should really be trying to be more aggressive and try to take their territory. Where are you going? Oh, stop doing that, please. Alright, there we go. Wiped out their tiny little army. Let's go over here now. I'm just going to crush their smaller armies. Oh, but if we can take this down... Are you good at attack? You're very good at defense, but you're shit at attack. I want someone who's really good at attack. Is there a general I can sneak in here? There's like a +5 to attack or something crazy like that. +1, not good enough. Yes. Do it. I want him to lead this battle, and then once this battle begins, I'll bring in the second army. We won Saarbrücken. And we lost a province to Austria. So right now, they've got a dig-in bonus, we've got bad terrain, and we've got a river crossing. But this is where we bring in and just use numbers. I'm going to bludgeon them. Straight up. I'm going to go ahead and move in with Stefan here. Okay. Alright, we're going to pick off individual armies as we can. That's the key to winning when your opponent has a lot bigger army than you do. Like, I'm just going to walk up and just crush this brigade. There's no reason not to. Goes Allenstein. Okay, so we're actually winning. Good. Notice our casualty ratio. An improvement to speed is so helpful right now. Awesome. Alright. So let's set our plans in motion. Getting Austria out of the war would be a very good start. I'm going to order you to go here. I'm going to use the cool battle map feature just to show you, broadly speaking, what my plans are. And that's how we'll end this episode. New plan. Okay. So I want, like, some objectives here. Icon type. Here we go, war goal. We want Vienna. Right, so if we can... So actually, no, there are no separate pieces. Shit. So we can cripple Austria, but that won't keep them out of the war. Don't do that. No. Here. Alright, let's just get rid of the stupid battle plan. It doesn't help. So that's our biggest problem. We're gonna have to fight Russia. Let's bring you up, actually. There we go. We're gonna have to fight Russia. And we probably can't. What we're gonna do, we're gonna find a good defense position, just dig in and see if machine guns will help us. We've got probably some of the best tech in the game. But I don't know if that's enough. And that's what really worries me. Why is Belgium not part of this war? The British can have their friends, but we can't have ours. Oh boy, we have the Ottoman Empire and freaking Scandinavia. The Ottoman Empire literally just to distract the Russians, that's it. Yeah, Austria is also pushing the Ottoman Empire, which is also part of the reason we're having an easier time against them. This could theoretically be a great war. If it was later in the game. I'll need to look up and see when they unlock. I thought they unlocked in 1870, but maybe they don't. The thing is, you can only cap out at 50, plus 50 on battles. So that might be our secret. I wish we knew how much we had to win to get the war score. Because even if we max out the war score, they'll probably keep fighting on because we're not taking Polish provinces. Yeah, and we can't make a separate peace in a crisis war. Shit. Well, it at least looks good for now. We should have been spending so much more time improving our army. That's my fault. I spent way more time than I should have on my little adventure in Brunei. And it doesn't even matter. It just doesn't. But that'll have to be for next episode. The good news is, I don't think Russia can't add war goals because we're winning. So if we can beat them either badly enough to get them to release Poland, which would be amazing, but is highly unlikely. Oh, and Poland, I believe, will automatically be added to Britain's sphere. But 1875 is technically the First World War. Very different one than in history. I mean, you have Germany and Britain and the Ottoman Empire and Scandinavia fighting against Russia, France, and Austria. The only great power that's on involved is the United States. They're probably like, freaking losers. We're just going to sit here and build up our army and build up everything. And then we're going to be like, yo, bitch. Oh, did the U.S. get Alaska yet? Nope. They can acquire Alaska, but they need to really pump relations with Russia. Which actually happened in real life. So that's what I'll leave you with in this episode. So during the American Civil War, Britain and France were both, if not openly supporting the Confederacy, they're at least both tacitly supporting the Confederacy. Because they needed cotton, and they hadn't developed the Egyptian cotton fields and the Indian cotton fields that currently supply most of the world's cotton. But also because they were a little bit nervous about how powerful the United States was, and they kind of wanted to see the Confederacy take the U.S. down a peg or two. On the other hand, the Confederacy had slavery. And it was really hard for the British and the French to say, well, we'll definitely intervene in the war. Absolutely. But Russia, on the other hand, Alexander II had just passed the Great Reforms in 1861. He'd relieved serfdom, and he said, again, it wasn't purely out of niceness. They wanted to show the French and the British what was what. They said, hey, America's okay. We think they should win, we think they should fight, they should end slavery. Just like we did. Serfdom is very different than slavery. It's much, much closer than you might believe, based on different historical things you might have heard. And so that's what happened. Russia actually ended up supporting the United States. They didn't, send troops or anything, because the Union didn't need any. But they sent a mission to San Francisco, and they're like, yeah, America, you guys are pretty hardcore. We like you. And as a result of us building, I say us, now I mean the United States, as a result of the United States building this relationship with Russia, Russia eventually sold Alaska to the United States because they needed money. And it turned out that Alaska was, super valuable. But no one knew it at the time because no one knew about the gold and especially the oil in Alaska. So I don't know how this is going to turn out for us. We're winning a lot of the early battles due to superior tech and the fact that, as sticking to the Civil War, Nathan Bedford Forrest said, we're getting the firstest with the mostest. That's not going to last forever. And the thing is, we've got 3 people to holy shit. I haven't been paying attention. Yeah, the Strait is still in the game. France has invaded London. And they're gonna win. That was so dumb. That was, super dumb. Isn't there a way to turn on Strait so you can see where they are? Is that a naval map mode, maybe? Nope. If London is taken by France, and it almost certainly will be, that's going to change everything. So this was another kind of hasty patch they put into Victoria 2. The British would basically sit on the British Isles the entire game and never participate in anything, which made the game kind of boring. So the developers put in a strait so that France could invade Britain and Britain could invade France, because otherwise Britain would never build enough transports. But that cuts both ways. You can block the strait with a fleet, but Britain must not have been paying attention. And so France just basically dropped a giant army. This is really bad. I don't know how this is going to turn out for us. But here's the good news. The nature of this war means we're not likely to lose territory. If anyone's going to lose territory, it's probably going to be the British. Because France is going to be super pissed at the Brits. And Britain has lots of tasty colonies. Russia might want, East Prussia, which would make me very angry, but if they take one of our cores, we can go to war with them at any time to take it back. So this won't cost us much. What we have to do is make sure we don't get crippled. We have to trade space for time. We have to only engage in battles that we know we'll win, or there's a good chance we'll win. And we especially can't just start hemorrhaging people. That's not a fight we can win. I'm going to have you go to Wiesbaden. Because I want you eventually to join up with this other army, but I don't want you getting caught by this 50,000-man army. Plus, every one of their soldiers we kill actually hurts them, because we're actually killing their pops. We should really help Bavaria, but I think Bavaria's got it under control. This is making me sweat, though. I don't know how to react to this level, this war. I did say what happened. I think the moment I saw that France and Russia were on the same side, and it's for Russian territory. If every other great power had a raid against Russia, maybe they would have coughed up Poland. But this was... So ticking war score, they'll actually start ticking down if we don't make it. And we need to take every Polish corps. And this is why we're going to lose the war. I think Britain will probably peace out before we lose the actual... before we properly lose the war. But this is bad. Because the person who's going to have to take the Polish core provinces is going to be me. I can't beat the Russian army by myself. They've got 207 brigades. They've got twice the army we do. This, by the way, does not include their mobilized brigades. They've almost no war exhaustion, too. Austria's war exhaustion is probably getting up there. Still says 0. What? Yeah, this is a big deal. And as we lose states, we'll actually start seeing people become unemployed, and they'll get angry because the factories aren't open. Are you already moving towards Elbing? No, because I don't think we'd get there before these guys would. We'd get there the same day, which means a fight. I don't want that. I want you to dig in. Yeah, we want to dig in, fight defensively, and hope that our machine guns can make the difference. The real good war-winning techs are under... Let's see, where is gas attack? That's military directionism, isn't it? Yeah. These are the war-winning weapons that really... Basically, they can make... You can make the other guy look like a joke. Those are war-winning weapons, and they take a while to develop. We still have machine guns, which I don't think anyone else has, because we have 16 army techs, and, like, Britain has 9. France has, like, 11. We don't know which techs they have. We need deep defense. We need military logistics. Oh, that increases mobilization size. That's a really good tack. This one unlocks airplanes. This one unlocks tanks. No, sorry. Infiltration unlocks tanks. What am I talking about? Tanks are really cool. So are airplanes. Our navy lags behind. Our commerce is doing good. But really, this is going to be challenging. And I have no idea who's going to win yet. I bet it'll be us. Or maybe it won't. But I need to go ahead and end the episode because we've already run over time. This is interesting. I promised you a relatively minimal war playthrough, and then I picked Prussia, which of all the countries in Europe is the one that kind of has to go to war. Because you're not going to be able to form Germany without a war. And the AI is programmed to go for Germany. And Germany just makes good sense as a strategic objective. I should have picked, like, Argentina. But we're going to get through this. We're going to see what happens. And no matter what happens, this is going to change the balance of power in Europe. It's not going to kick Britain out of number 1. Virtually nothing will kick Britain out of number 1. I have seen playthroughs. I've actually accomplished it a couple of times, getting the US or France to surpass the UK. But it takes a long-ass time. Because Britain just has such a huge industrial boost at the beginning of the game. That's hard for them to overcome it. I've seen China end up in the top 3 too. Germany can end up in the top 3. You can unseat Britain, but typically it takes coalition wars and just start blowing them apart. But all that is going to have to be for another episode. Until then, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you have, please remember to like and subscribe, and maybe drop a comment down below. Tell me if you're Team Germany or Team Austria. It's not good. But this is going to change stuff. And I'm excited to see what those changes actually work out. As a disinterested observer of the game. As a player of the game, I obviously want Germany to win everything. But as a disinterested observer, I'm interested to see how the world will change after this war. Because Russia losing Poland will hurt a lot. They're going to get a lot of territory out of that. But until next time, this has been Avindian. Thank you for watching, and I bid you good day.